Listen carefully, because what you're about to hear could completely change your financial future in 2025. Imagine waking up one morning to find out that a single mistake during your Dinar or Dong exchange just cost you thousands of dollars in lost value. It happens more often than people realize, and the scary part is that most investors don't even know they're doing it wrong until it's too late. Before you even think about exchanging your Iraqi Dinar or Vietnamese Dong during this potential revaluation wave, you need to understand how small details, emotional decisions, and misinformation can turn your opportunity into a disaster. So stay with me till the end, because by the time you finish this video, you'll be smarter, more confident, and far better prepared than most people in this RV journey. Now, let's begin with the truth that's shaking the revaluation community right now. The 2025 speculation around the Iraqi Dinar and the Dong is heating up again, with rumors about rate adjustments, liquidity movements, and central bank talks flooding every forum. But while everyone's busy chasing rumors, the real danger lies in what happens after the RV announcement, the exchange phase. The biggest error many investors make is failing to understand that exchange isn't just about handing in your notes for dollars. It's about understanding timing, rate windows, tax implications, and certified redemption locations. People often rush into the process, driven by excitement or fear of missing out, and that's where they lose their advantage. You must remember that in global revaluations, the first few hours and days can be chaotic. Exchange centers might offer different rates or additional fees, and online platforms could exploit panic to undercut values. Another massive mistake is trusting unofficial exchange offers or private groups promising special rates. Those schemes have trapped many investors in the past, costing them their currencies and their dreams. The safest path is always through verified, government-approved financial institutions, banks with official foreign exchange departments and transparency in rate conversion. Also, don't underestimate the psychological pressure that comes when people start posting screenshots of supposed rate confirmations online. Many of those are fake, designed to manipulate markets or attract investors into shady deals. So before reacting emotionally, stop and verify. Patience and awareness can literally protect your investment. Remember, your goal is not to be first. It's to be right. Take a deep breath, follow verified sources, and don't let fear drive your exchange decision. And as you're listening right now, hit that like button and subscribe, because this kind of real-time analysis and protection-focused advice is exactly what can keep your hard-earned value safe when the revaluation news hits. Now let's go even deeper into the mechanics behind why so many people make costly exchange errors and how you can avoid them before it's too late. One of the biggest misconceptions about the Dinar and Dong exchange is that the rate you see online or on a currency converter app will automatically apply to your physical exchange. That's not true. Exchange rates for revalued currencies depend heavily on liquidity availability, market readiness, and government release protocols. For example, during historical revaluations, there have been multiple phases where only selected institutions had the authorization to handle early exchanges. If you walk into the wrong place or act too soon, your dinar could be labeled as non-exchangeable or restricted circulation temporarily. Many investors in the past made this mistake, thinking speed equals profit, when in fact, timing and verification equal security. Another critical point that often gets overlooked is the documentation process. When you exchange large sums, especially something as sensitive as a revalued currency, you must ensure your transaction is legally documented. This protects you against audits, fraud accusations, and most importantly, future tax complications. Speaking of taxes, many new investors assume that profits from dinar or dong exchanges are tax-free. A dangerous misconception. In reality, depending on your country's laws, exchange profits may be treated as capital gains or even as income, which means reporting is mandatory. Always consult a tax professional who understands foreign currency transactions before you exchange. Another error people commit is falling for post-RV exchange centers that claim to offer higher private rates. Many of these operations appear overnight after an RV announcement, taking advantage of confusion and excitement. They lure investors with elite-tier promises, but are often unregulated and unsafe. If it's not tied to a licensed financial institution, it's not worth the risk. Also, avoid mixing your currencies during the exchange. Dinar and Dong must be processed separately, as they are governed by different banking rules. Mixing them can cause record errors, delays, or even disqualification in rare cases. Be organized, keep serial numbers documented, and know your denominations. And most importantly, don't let hype videos or chat groups dictate your decisions. The RV space is filled with noise, emotional claims, fake insider intel, and predictions that change weekly. Instead of chasing rumors, focus on verified updates from the Central Bank of Iraq, Vietnam's State Bank, and trusted economic news agencies. The real investors who win are not those who act first, but those who act smart. This is your time to protect, not panic. And if you're serious about being on the right side of this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, make sure you stay connected with real educational updates like this one. So hit that subscribe button now, turn on notifications, and keep learning how to secure your financial destiny. As we move toward 2025, the global currency conversation around the Iraqi Dinar and Vietnamese Dong is entering its most critical phase yet. And understanding the last layer of common mistakes could mean the difference between financial freedom and frustration. The final and often most ignored error is failing to prepare for what happens after the exchange. Many investors believe the process ends when they receive their converted funds, but that's just the beginning. What you do next determines whether your newfound wealth grows or disappears. The first step after exchange is establishing a secure banking relationship, ideally with an institution that offers private client management or international investment services. Don't just deposit your exchange proceeds into a standard account. Work with professionals who can help structure your assets legally and safely. Another error is neglecting to diversify post-exchange. If your dinar or dong revaluation results in large returns, putting all that money back into one currency or asset class is risky. History has shown that post-revaluation markets often experience short-term volatility, meaning exchange rates can swing up and down as global systems adjust. Smart investors spread their wealth across stable currencies, commodities, and tangible assets like gold or real estate. Another crucial but underrated mistake is ignoring digital security. Once your transaction is complete, hackers and scammers will target new wealth holders through phishing, fake banking messages, and social engineering. Never share screenshots of your balances online, and keep all your exchange-related data offline or in encrypted storage. Additionally, emotional spending after revaluation is a silent wealth killer. Many people lose discipline once they finally see the numbers they've dreamed of. Remember, the RV is not a lottery. It's a financial transformation that demands intelligence, not impulse. Have a plan before the funds hit your account. Set aside a portion for taxes, one for long-term investment, and one for daily life expenses. Finally, one of the gravest mistakes is losing awareness of ongoing economic shifts after the RV event. Revaluations don't happen in isolation. They affect global trade, oil prices, and even geopolitical dynamics. The dinar's future value will still depend on Iraq's economic stability, political decisions, and export capacity, while the dong will reflect Vietnam's manufacturing and trade growth. Stay informed, keep learning, and remember, the RV is not a finish line, but a starting point for financial evolution. If you've stayed with me till now, you're already far ahead of the average investor because you're not just waiting for revaluation. You're preparing for it with intelligence. So here's my challenge to you. Don't let hype decide your fate. Let education guide your future. Hit that like button, drop a comment sharing what you've learned, and subscribe right now so you never miss another critical update about dinar, dong, and global currency news. Because your future truly depends on what you do next, and together, we'll make sure you avoid the mistakes that others will regret forever.